loves, thanks for watching and welcome back. I hope everyone is doing well today. So in this video, I'm going to explain how I figure out the liquid to powder ratio. Everybody is different. So for me, when you're using a dampen dish, it's all about where you tap off at and about how hard you press it into the powder. And when you go into the powder, you want to go into the powder as an angle. You don't want acrylic getting on the back or clear up your brush. And with this, it's going to be a big bead, so you barely tap at the end of the brush. And you want to make sure when you go into the powder, it's with the opposite side. And when you're doing a bigger bead, you want to press harder in it. So you just press 3 times into the powder, and then you'll get the perfect bead. And now we're going to do the same for a medium bead. I just usually press off in the middle of the brush. As you can see, the liquid is on one side, and you want to take your brush at an angle, and you're going to press lighter into the powder 3 times. And as you can see, it's the perfect medium bead. Now we're going to do the same thing for a small bead, but you want to dip off all the way till about the end of the brush to where you see the bristles start changing colors. And as you can see, the liquid is still on one side. You take your brush at an angle and you're going to press lighter 3 times. And as you can see, it's the perfect small bead. This part of the video was requested, so if there's anything else that you need to learn or if you need more of an in-depth video, just let me know in the comments and I can do that for you. I really suck at explaining things, but I really want to try to help as many people as I can. And this color is pure ivory. This is a beautiful white with shimmer in it, and it is from their Bear With Me collection from Kairose nail supplies. So I'm going to use this beautiful damping dish that I won from the Nail Genie giveaway to kind of help you guys get an idea of where to tap at for the what size beads that you need. So with this one, it's going to be a bigger bead, so you just barely want to tap off at the end of the brush. And then you want to dip harder in the powder 3 times. And as you can see, it is a bigger bead and it's on one side of the brush. And you don't want to go very far up, just about where the color of the bristles change. So when I set my bead down, I want to pat it into place, and that's usually going side to side. And then I like to clean out my brush and get a little bit of liquid. And then you go underneath where the tip is, and that'll help slide the acrylic down the tip more. And then at this point, I still want to pat it down the nail. And then once it gets to a little bit of a different texture, then you want to start sliding it down, because you don't want to slide the acrylic off the nail. So you use a patting motion, if that makes sense. And you just want to make sure you're trying to keep your sidewalls clean, because that's less filing, and you make sure you're cleaning your brush in between. And for the cuticle area, we just need a smaller bead, so I'm going to dab almost all the way off the brush. And then you want to dab lightly 3 times into the powder. And as you can see, the acrylic is only on one side of the brush, and it's only at the end of the brush. It's not all the way up the bristles or anything. And then as soon as the acrylic polymerizes, you want to set it down below the cuticle, and then what I do is I just press the acrylic up to the cuticle, not touching it. And then when you get one side, I always like to slide it down because that will prevent your sidewalls from flooding. And then I just continue going around the cuticle area until I get to the other side. And then you want to smooth the acrylic down. Even though the video was still 40 some minutes long, I did keep the acrylic application process in real time just for the people that are still learning. So I do apologize for that. Everything else is sped up. So with this, we're going to do a big bead, so we're barely going to dab any liquid out. And you want to go a little bit harder into the powder 3 times for a bigger bead. And as you can see, it's not on the other side of the brush, and it's not going all the way up the bristles. So after the bead polymerizes, I just like to gently pat it into place, sidewall to sidewall. And now I'm just going to use the liquid that was left in my brush, and I'm going to kind of take it over the tip a little bit, and that'll help with sliding the acrylic down the nail. I always feel like if I wet the nail with acrylic first, when I let the bead down, it just runs everywhere. But if I can set the bead where I need it and then wet the tip, it works easier for me. And now we're getting a small bead, so you want to dab all the way off to the end of the brush, and you want to dab lightly 3 times in the powder. And then you want to wait for the bead to polymerize. So when I set my bead down, I just like to put it below the cuticle and then push it up into the cuticle. And then as soon as I get to one side, I like to smooth it down because that will prevent your sidewalls from flooding. This is a glitter mix that I made up. So when I work with glitter, I like to work with wetter beads just so I have time to kind of move the glitter wherever I need it. And this one is going to be an ombre, so I am focusing the bead at the bottom of the nail and then blending it up towards the cuticle area, still trying to keep most of the product at the tip of the nail. Now I'm just doing the same thing with this finger. Now I'm taking that pure ivory color and I'm going to ombre it down in the glitter. So when I ombre, I usually use wetter beads. And to get a wetter bead, you just have to dip lighter in the powder. So now I'm going to use the pump just to show you guys how to use the pump. Now it will disperse enough for a large bead, and then you'll want to wipe off for a small and medium bead. So when I work with the clear acrylic, I do like to work wetter. That way the bead runs down the nail a lot easier, because where it is the purest of acrylic, it gets stuck in your brush. So I try to touch it as least as possible. So I try to hold the nail down and let it run down the nail as much as possible, just trying to keep the sidewalls clean. So I'm just going to let you guys watch it, because sometimes it's easier to watch than be explained, and I really suck at trying to explain things. And I'm going to hand file all of the nails, and what I like to do is I like to go around the cuticle area and then down both sides and then start working on that shape a little bit more. And I'm using my same Melody Susie M series nail drill, and everything is linked in the description for you guys, along with Paige's discount codes and the codes that I have for Madam Glam and Kairose nail supplies. And now I'm going in with the hand file, and I'm just trying to perfect that shape a little bit more and make sure all my edges and sides and everything are crisp. And once you've got all the dust and everything cleaned off, now I'm going in with a matte top coat. Now I'm using these watercolors. I'm not really sure where I got these from. It's been a while ago, but you can do the same effect with Sharpies. And it's been a while since I've used these, so I'm just doing a random design down the nail. I wanted to use the chrome paints and more of like a marble design is the reason I went for this look. And now I just mixed a little bit of alcohol and 100% acetone together just because it moves the inks around so much easier. And you'll just see me dipping from there and then onto the nail, just trying to create a random marble look design. And now I'm taking the longer fine liner brush from Madame Glam in the Rose Chrome Gel. And this brush really is amazing for like smaller thin lines. And it was really beautiful with this design. And these chrome paints are so easy to work with. And they really are so beautiful. Now I'm just adding Model 1's top coat to all of the nails, and that pretty much will conclude today's video. So I want to thank everybody for watching. If you haven't hit that like and subscribe yet, please do. I hope everybody has a great day. Bye.